if you made it to this moment right here at this video with me, then you've probably experienced a pivot moment recently. And here's Arlo. If you've never met Arlo, we live in Italy on a farm, in this tent slash this van. And I just got something in my eyeball. So if you see my eye being super swollen, that's why. We're just going to proceed. And here's Zima, if you don't know Zima. Zima is the farm dog, and Arlo is the baby. Duchess is my little kitty who adopted me recently. And then Aslan is the newest puppy who will be able to come down here in a few weeks and live with us. And so I'm going to take away Arlo's toy. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to go walk over to a private area because it is feeding time for the horses, and so I like to be alone in these videos so I can just download the message perfectly in the way that it's meant to be. So I just got off the phone with one of my dearest friends who I lived with in California, and we were talking because she's coming to visit in a few weeks, which I'm so excited about. I've been living abroad for a year and a half now, and when I get to see my friends and families, family is so grounding. I think travel, it changes you, it breaks you wide open, it disrupts your patterns, your neural pathways, and yeah, it changes you. And so in that change, like when you travel long term and you're in foreign land long term, you might feel like this sense of not being grounded all the time. And I'm already somebody who is kind of up in the clouds and very I don't know, like ethereal. I have had a harder time grounding in my life, and so I do practices to ground, and I think there's a lot of healing in grounding, and that's really why I've gone on this journey of creating the Wild and Free Women's Retreat, which is my retreat here on the farm and at a local Airbnb, or not Airbnb, a B&B, so bed and breakfast. It's like this really, really, really magical, beautiful B&B that's located nearby, and it's owned by this Italian couple. They also speak Dutch, no, they speak German and French, but not English, but they're so wonderful. It's right on the river, and I had to pick this location, even though it doesn't have like a lot of space for accommodation inside. I just knew that this like giant living room, vaulted ceiling area was where we're going to do a lot of breath work, and outside like by the river is really special, and like there's this huge grass area where I'll put the tents, so I'll get like really nice tents for you guys and make them all cute, and so that will be most of the accommodation, and then yeah, we'll have area for picnics and yoga, and then I want to get a large tent, kind of like this one that I have, and have it up on the hill up there, so it'll be looking over the whole farm and all the hills and mountains here. And so up there we'll do a lot of ceremony as well. And in this is like all about grounding, but like grounding to reconnect with our wildness, like our innate wildness, our innate intuition. And that means like connecting back to earth. And so the free part, so that's the wild part, the free part is all about that more ethereal, airy, like free thinking, so rewiring and reprogramming the subconscious. And so we're going to bring them together to find that wholeness that we are, where we're connected to the earth and we're connected to the above and the divine, and bringing that all together in our heart space and expanding out from there. And in these, like every day I get more and more downloaded, like with what we're going to be doing at the retreat. And a lot of it will be like manifestation. A lot of it will be like reconnecting with what manifestation is. And Arlo, can we not right now? Can we not? Arlo, hey, Zima, hey. Always when I start these videos. And so we hear manifestation all the time, and people are always talking about like manifestation, blah, blah, blah. I have a dog hair somewhere. I always get these things where it's like hard to deliver the message when I feel like it's going to be a really powerful one. And so it's important to just keep pushing through because you're shaking things up, and that has to happen. Like the resistance is there, and then you're going to free yourself from the resistance by continuing to take one step forward and one step forward. It's easy to say, no, actually not today. But if you just take that step forward, like you can break free from so much. So anyway, manifestation. We're going to reintroduce ourselves to it. We're going to unlearn all the think positive and law of attraction and like kind of like basic stuff about it, and we're going to just simplify manifestation and understand that everything is a manifestation, and understand how you've been manifesting and how your process is, and then we can tweak it and we can optimize it, and it's just going to be such a beautiful thing. And so on this phone call with my friend, we were talking about the pivot moment, and she's in such a deep pivot moment in her life in a way that like a lot of things are falling apart for her, like a lot of loss, a lot of things are just ending, relationships are ending, living situations are ending, jobs are ending. Like she's had it really intense. And so maybe you've had something like that. Maybe it's been like that but a little bit smaller scale. Maybe like just one category of your life has just like blown up in your face, which then of course influences all the other categories. And so she was telling me about this day that she was having, and how, someone close to her died, and then like something with her job happened, something with a friend happened, like a big emotional blow up thing, and then an earthquake happened, and like this 6.0 big earthquake happened in Southern California, and it was all like at once and at their favorite coffee shop. And so that tells such a story, and the earthquake especially, because when we're experiencing all these like really tough moments of chaos, you guys know I talk about chaos all the time, and so when we're experiencing these deep moments of chaos and things are just like falling apart and crashing and burning, it means that you're in a pivot moment. It means that things are falling apart, systems are breaking, patterns are dissolving, so that there can be the space for the next thing to come in. We can make these things happen on our own, and if we don't, and then we're getting the cues, Arlo, hey, Arlo, I'm watching you. He's just eating cardboard right now. Arlo, hey, come over here. You are such a child. Come here, child. You can make the patterns dissolve and everything on your own. If you don't, and you keep getting that feeling and that intuition and that download over and over and over, like this isn't for me, this isn't for me, this isn't for me, eventually something's going to happen where the chaos comes in and it disrupts the patterns for you. And so you can either be proactive or just let it happen naturally. Both are fine. When I moved to Europe, it was like I knew that this is something that I wanted, and I knew yeah, Arlo, I'm just gonna hold you like this the whole time. I knew that it was something that I needed to do, and I knew if I didn't do it, based off how I had observed my reality before, if I didn't do it, things were going to fall apart to make me do it. So I was like, okay, no worries, I'm gonna sell everything, I'm gonna move, I'll do it first, I'll make the first move. And so that was a pivot moment for me. But I've also been in it where, out of nowhere, my place went up for sale that I was renting with my ex, and we were already rocky, and so that our relationship, and so that led to then us deciding to break up, and then us deciding to break up like made me start thinking about like maybe I should get a dog. And so then I had all this space and I got Arlo, and then all these things start to fall into place. So if you're experiencing that chaos right now, and if things are falling apart in front of you, or you're getting the urge that you have to make things fall apart, maybe you need to buy that international flight and the one-way ticket, or maybe you need to leave the job, leave the relationship, end the friendship, whatever it is, you are being directed and guided to this for a reason. And it's chaotic and there's a lot of unknown right now. But if you just trust yourself enough to keep going forward and trust the process and trust that everything's always happening for you, it's going to make so much sense. And 1 year from now, when you look back on your life, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so powerful. Like, I'm so powerful. The way I moved through that, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of my divine guidance for stepping in, for showing me the way. I'm so proud that I just took one step at a time. That's all you have to do. And when you take one step at a time, you find yourself in those moments where, I talked about this recently, but like with Arlo and with the buying the ticket to Italy, it was like one of those steps. Like, you kind of take these steps and you don't realize how big they are. They're all equally as big. But then you do have this moment where it's like the button. For me, it's always the button. So it's like, purchase the dog, click. Oh my gosh, my whole life's different. Purchase the flight ticket, click. So simple. My whole life's different. I had to then tell people, I had to then sell my things, I had to then, find a place to stay in Italy. and so you will be guided to those moments, but just look at what's right in front of you. Whatever problem you're facing right now already has a solution. There is no problem on planet Earth that does not already have the solution created. And so if you're just not sure how this is going to work out, how you're going to make the money, how you're going to find the right job or start the right business or get the right amount of followers or get, the place that you love to live or find, have that freedom that you want. If you're not sure and that's the problem, there is already the solution created. You just have to learn how you're manifesting and learn your process and learn where the resistance is and learn where you're in your own way. You're the only person who can change this, and that is supposed to be empowering. And when you have that moment of realization, like, oh, this is all in my hands, like, I get to change my field, I get to shift matter by changing my energetic field, by changing my neural pathways, by rewiring my mind, by choosing to feel different about myself, have a different self-identity. I then attract different opportunities. And when I make the space, or the space is made for me in those pivot moments, everything that's meant to will come into my life. And if I just focus on being my most centered, connected to earth and the divine person, then everything that is meant for me that I've been choosing will come to me with ease. Thank you, and so it is. So I think that came out exactly how it was meant to. And I'm going to go release my dog and stand inside because it's starting to rain. But if you want to sign up for that retreat, I invite you to it. If you are a woman and you feel like you would like to find other women from all over the world that are like-minded and share these moments of ritual and ceremony and, breath work and yoga and being in nature and healing together and manifesting the life that you want, like deconditioning the parts of yourself that are not serving you anymore, and then calling in with the witness of other people, other women in their divine feminine, having them witness this and then calling it in and allowing yourself to move towards that timeline. If you want to be in that container with me and do horse therapy and ride on trails on horses, if you're open to that, then that is for you. And I have my other programs too. Decondition is my 12-week program, and so that is all about this exact topic as well, but it's a go at your own pace, and it has sound baths and guided meditations and breath work and exercises and EFT tapping and all these things to really focus on all areas of your life and patterns and everything that could be holding you back, the conditioning, the neural pathways that are just there on repeat and keeping you in the old timeline, the old paradigm. So if you want to set yourself free, those are both to your, disposal. And I also have 21 days to rewire your mind and 21 days to know your divine guidance. So I will link all that below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.